Good day, folks. Welcome to 406 Regen. Man, I'll tell you, winter just ain't letting up. But every day closer, another day closer to spring, I guess. Puppy's got some beef and some chicken fat and some eggs and milk, so they're plumb happy. Feeding the sheep over here on the back side of the shed today. Another day of not being able to move the buggers. Wasn't supposed to get like it is, but it is this way. So pretty much everybody up north, this is about the time everybody starts complaining about winter. I know that, because we're tired of it. Your coats start feeling like they weigh 30 pounds apiece when you put them on. You just get extra tired of putting on winter gear. So I thought I'd talk a little bit today about needs versus wants on your operations. In today's world where everything is fed to us, all the ads and commercials, it's very easy to think you need something when they're just making you want it. You might not need that thing, you know. You might need it, you might not. But for the most part, what I found is if I stop and think about something, you know, if I get all extra excited, I see something like, man, that'd make my life way easier, or something like that. If I stop and think about it, count the cost, it really, for the most part, really don't pay. I mean, especially if I got a tool that already do the job, and I just think, well, it'll be easier because I don't, you know, less work on me or whatever. At some point, though, it don't end up that way. So we as a civilization, we got to be careful of the needs versus wants. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about advertisement. That's, you know, man's good about advertising and designing things to make life easier. But there's a certain point where, in the name of making life easier, if we look up, we'll find that we've actually made it harder on ourselves. Yeah, that chore or that job is easier because we got that piece of equipment, but now we got to do, you know, twice as much of that job or chore to do it, to pay for that equipment to make it easier. So yeah, it's easier, but now you gotta do twice as much, and just things like that. So as you can see, the sheep are hungry, but they're doing good. It's not too cold out today. It's low 20s, maybe teens. I haven't really looked, to be honest with you, but they got the windbreak. They're getting fed, and all's good with the world. Wish we weren't having this snow, this cold. But anyway, yeah, so needs versus wants. That's kind of what I was going over today. Thought that popped in my head is we are trained. I mean, every time you turn on the radio or you turn on your TV or your computer, or I mean, there's just always ads. So you're trained to always, there's always something in front of you that people want you to buy. And most times when it's on electrical, on like your phone or something, if you search up something, now all of a sudden all of your ads are on that one thing you looked up, trying to get you to buy it. So, but like I said, just out here waiting on spring. I got some pretty cool projects coming up here, which I'm gonna try to record to the best of my ability. It should be somewhat entertaining for people, somewhat educational for others. I've never built them before, but I'm gonna be doing some welding and building some things for some neighbors, I think, as long as the deal comes through. And they'll be should be good. It's getting a little late in the year, but for what they want built. But hey, it's something to record, something different than just walking around the sheep pen, chasing down the dogs in their dog dishes. So this summer, when the weather gets nicer, I'm going to be on this channel. There's going to be a lot of DIY stuff, whether it's mechanical or fixing solar panel setups, moving fence, putting in fence. I know the channel's kind of gotten a little boring, maybe. Kind of same day everything. I'm recording stuff. It's what I'm able to come out here and record at the moment. It'll get a little bit more interesting. I mean, I'm trying to do the best I can, bring up good topics to help people think and to teach. Because if we don't think about stuff, that's where they get us. So you look up one day and you got it, girl. Your body's shot, you're wore out, and you try to look at what you done, and you spend half your life paying off stuff that you really didn't need to buy at the time you did, or thought you did. I know, like out here, every rancher anymore has got a Polaris, like a side-by-side. Those stupid things run $30,000. Now, there's things that those can do that, say, a small pickup can't in a four-wheeler. But is it worth $30,000? Is the jobs those things can do worth $30,000? Maybe it's not in my book. It might be in yours. All right. Growing up, it always amazed me how where I kind of grew up. And out here, your houses, you end up in a little side-by-side house, or little double-wides, what I meant, side-by-side. You got a big shop, you got millions of dollars worth of equipment, and you're living in a $40,000 house. Complaining that you're broke, you ain't got no money to put in the house. Now a lot of ranchers, they don't have too many toys. Some do. But it's a trap. The consumer world's kind of a trap. You get into it. You go to town, you work. You say you start your job, and you're working. Now the weekend comes, and you want to go do something, so you go buy a motorcycle, or you do that a little bit. Now you get older. You got a wife and kid. Well, now we gotta go camping. Now you buy yourself a camper, a boat. Pretty soon, your job, you've been there 10 years, you've been getting raises, but you still ain't got no money because you're paying for the weekend. Every weekend you can't spend as much time with your family because now you have to go to work to pay for the toys so you can spend time with your family. Uh-oh. Dogs took the board off. We don't want that out here. Nail sticking up out of it. So it's always good to walk your pasture too. So anyway, as you can see, the puppies are good. The sheep are good. This wind's blowing out of the wrong direction, so they're kind of having to lay on the backside of their shelter now. But dude, you don't want this. But it's still a shelter. So just thought I'd give you guys, a quick update. I'm trying to learn this thing, get better every time. If you'd feel free to comment on my lack of camera ability, or maybe my audio's bouncing around. Please, I'm looking to get better each time. You can't ever get better if, you're not criticized, if people don't point out what you're doing wrong. So that'll do it for now. Y'all have a good one.